Hey, San Antonio, Duke John, it's with the Beacon here today with another Beacon report for you. We are excited about the guests that we have coming on. Talk about, God at work across our city. Of course, Thanksgiving, Christmas are coming up. Holidays are special times for outreach activities to be able to connect with God. It all boils down to obedience. And so that really be our big ask today as you listen in to what God's doing through Cub, Communities Under the Bridge here in San Antonio. Listen for that still small voice to say, take a step of faith. I want you to get involved. So we're absolutely over the top excited to have Diane Talbert, who is the executive director at Cub, along with Terry Haggerty, who is on the board of directors, and also the warehouse manager at Cub. Big job. Lots of donations coming in and lots of them going out. So ladies, welcome this morning to the Beacon Report.
Thanks. Thank you, Duke. Glad to be back with you.
I know this is not a first, right? We're not first timers at this. And it has to do, Diane, just with your heart and the heart that I see at Cub. There's just a big difference between simply meeting needs and reaching out with compassion and love, treating people with dignity and respect. And you guys do all of the above at Cub. Tell us a little bit, just maybe some new listeners, right? So kind of who is Cub and how did you guys start, and, some highlights through the years?
So we began in 1996, Duke. The heart of one man, Dennis Cawthon, who was a pastor at CBC, decided that God had challenged him to go out and love on the people who did not have a home. And so he hit the streets in San Antonio, and for 15 years, he brought them church in the streets, and then fed them and gave them clothes. Partners began to join, and out of the back of cars and off of camping tables, and they would come out and bring food and clothing and preach, sing the worship in the street, and then take care of their personal needs. And along the way, God touched the hearts of 3 businessmen who came and found this piece of property that we currently enjoy, and leveled the ground and built us a full church with a commercial kitchen and a dining room and a doctor's and a dentist's office. And this is where we have been for the last 12 years. So pre-COVID, we continued with church and fed them afterwards in our beautiful dining room. But as COVID hit, things changed for everybody. So we kind of had to ramp up, if you will, from 3 nights a week to 7 nights a week. And so during the course of that 9 months in 2020, we served over 55,000 meals. We were averaging 300 meals an evening to make sure that they were fed. And in the course of that year as well, we had looked at who we were and where we were going. And so we ended up in January of 2021 rebranding to Communities Under the Bridge, because in reality, we operate with about 100 partners. They come and they bring the food, they cook the food and serve the food, they bring the clothes, they sort the clothes, they do the praise and worship, they preach in our sanctuary, they perform the medical and dental options that are available to our guests. And so in reality, this is the community's bridge, not ours. And so we rebranded as Communities Under the Bridge.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is a church, even a church, may have a heart for the homeless. And there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. Right? You don't need to start figuring out, well, how am I going to serve the homeless? You guys have figured it out and are doing an extraordinary job. So it's really them plugging into a proven model that exists today.
And which is really that's our mission statement, Duke, is to provide a safe environment for the community, be that churches, organizations, families, or individuals, to plug in to serve those who are still needing a home.
That's awesome. Well, and I know we're approaching the holidays, and you guys have and have had for years now big Thanksgiving plans that are coming up. Share a little bit about what's going to be happening at Thanksgiving.
So this is our family. We treat them like our own families, and so they will have a traditional Thanksgiving meal with all the fixings. It's donated, all of it, by our community partners, and then we bring volunteers in and we prepare it for days on end to get to Thanksgiving morning. I think we're excited this year because it'll be our 3rd year of partnering with King's Compassion as well. We love Robert and Rosa Reyes, and we prepare extra Thanksgiving dinner, and they come Thanksgiving morning and they plate for their seniors. They serve seniors across the city. And so for the 3rd year, we will partner with them to prepare 175 meals for them. And then we expect over 200 meals for us. So we're looking at 400 plus meals this year, which is an exciting challenge. But we
no more
encourage
griping
people
about
to get
cooking for one family, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know it's a
We
big
have a big
ordeal.
family.
Thanksgiving can be a big ordeal for the person,
Yeah.
especially who's hosting. And you guys kind of take that to a whole nother level. What types of volunteer opportunities will be available?
So we are going to be, we have a wonderful partner who usually every year they smoke our 20 to 25 turkeys.
Wow.
Yeah, they're absolutely, they walk in the door and for days you just go whiff, whiff, whiff. But we will be deboning those on the Sunday before Thanksgiving. And then the Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, we will be prepping a bunch of food and having it put away in the walk-in. So we will be putting out some times. Most likely it will be 9 o'clock in the morning until about 2 o'clock, because Thanksgiving Eve, we still feed regular dinner. So we have to be out of the way before we feed 200 people their dinner.
Yeah.
So it'll be morning time on Thanksgiving Eve. And then we usually start about 8 o'clock in the morning on Thanksgiving Day, get them settled, plated, and out the door while we're starting to cook our evening meal. And then that will go all the way through serving and cleaning up afterwards. So it's a full 8 hours, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. day.
Well, and if my family's like most, typically Thanksgiving meal isn't going to happen until lunch, a little bit later, maybe even in the afternoon. And so plenty of time for you to come down in the morning and help Cub out.
Yep.
Thanksgiving is special. And then we have Christmas right on the tail of Thanksgiving. So Terry, maybe tell our audience a little bit about what in the world goes on at Christmas at Cub.
Well, you can imagine that Christmas is an extra special holiday to all of us. And here at Cub, we make it special for those who volunteer and for all of those that we are serving. We want them to feel Christ in that day, yeah. And we make sure that they do. So for Christmas, we make them a goodie bag. We take a canvas bag and we fill it with all sorts of presents and goodies, winter gear, socks, blankets, hygiene, food, snacks, all sorts of things for them to open up and just feel special that day, feel extra special. And so of course we need lots of people to help put those bags together. And anyone who wants to donate items for the bags as well. And so that will happen a couple weeks before the actual Christmas holiday. And then on Christmas Day, we do all over again. We do the big meal and we serve them. So lots of people say, oh, you're off on Christmas. No, we're not. We're not off on Christmas. We're not off any day. No day do we take off. So Christmas is, again, a very special meal for our community and for those that we serve. So we'll need lots of volunteers that day to support serving the dinner, preparing the dinner. And those schedules of volunteer opportunities will come out in a couple weeks. And so if you go to our website, you'll be able to see the times and you'll be able to volunteer for that.
Website is cub-sa.org, cub-sa.org. It's on the screen now. You know, I just hearing in my spirit and my heart, what an opportunity for businesses, churches to really almost adopt some of the homeless over the Thanksgiving or the Christmas holidays, certainly at Christmas, to be able to say, hey, you know, our business wants to get involved. We're going to put together, we're going to buy the items that are needed for the bags and put them together. And we're going to be able to take care of 20 of the Unsheltered this year to make sure that their holiday is special. So
we want your team to come down here and 5 of you to go in the kitchen and cook and 5 of you to sit down and pray over and share the gospel with the people who are here. Because bottom line is, I can feed your stomach all day, but I really want you to go to heaven with me.
let's let's define evangelism a little bit differently for our audience. And this is after, gosh, years of study on my part. What if evangelism is the process? It's not a one-time event. The process under the power of the Holy Spirit of drawing and leading someone one step closer to Christ, which may or may not include a full gospel presentation.
I think one of the things that we enjoy is that, and we have heard a lot of feedback, is that when people walk in this place, they feel something different.
There you go.
They feel the love of Jesus.
Is there anything else that we need to just mention? I mean, there are obviously ongoing opportunities outside of the holidays, and Cub has a list of those opportunities on their website. You can sign up and learn more. We want to make sure we mention as well that Cub is one of the participating ministries in 1,000 Beacons of Light. 1,000 Beacons of Light is really mobilizing 1,000+ people across the city of San Antonio to dedicate their time, treasure, and talent over 12 months to participating ministries that we've identified that are fighting on a daily basis 7 different strongholds that just have been around our city. You know, Diane will say it as well. The government is never going to cure homelessness because it's a spiritual issue, right? And so come on, San Antonio, go to SA Beacons, plural, sabeacons.com. It's up on your screen now, and learn more about 1,000 Beacons of Light. And then go to that sign up sheet and select Cub as the ministry you want to help, and become really part of a citywide movement that's going to change the course of history in San Antonio. One more time, that website, Diane, for those that want to visit Cub.
It's Cub, CUB-SA.org.
Come on, San Antonio, God's working. I love the scripture that says, and the Father shows the Son all that he does, right? Jesus says, I do nothing by myself. I only do what I see the Father doing. And that promise that the Father shows the Son all that he's doing, found in John. And so I hope that you sense God working through and in the ministry of Cub. That sense, that tug on your heart is really God's invitation to join him in what he's doing in downtown San Antonio through Communities Under the Bridge. Your next step is really faith in action. I believe God's called me to this. My action today is I want to go learn more about Cub. I want to go learn more about 1,000 Beacons of Light. So those websites, again, are up on the site. Thank you, ladies, so much for taking time out of y'all's busy day to be able to visit with us. Diane, Terry, thank you so much again. San Antonio, how can you not just take it? If you're busy right now, and I've heard enough, but I got some things to do. Hey, write the website down and go back and visit later this evening. You don't want to miss what God's doing on the through and in the ministry of Cub. We'll catch up with you again in a couple of weeks with another Beacon report. In the meantime, go to SA Beacon singular, sabeacon.com to learn more about what God's doing across the city so you can join. And God bless you.